Welcome to Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. We are almost to Friday, and there is somehow always drama happening lately. Hunter Biden and First Lady Melania Trump are sparring right now in somewhat of a feud that just became litigious on Melania Trump's part. And you know what? Good on her, because I'm tired of these leftists just lying with impunity and nothing happened to them. So if you missed it, here's what happened. You had Hunter Biden, who I don't know if he is like actively on crack cocaine. Judging by the recent interviews that he has had lately, I wouldn't be shocked. It would not surprise me if he was on it again, because he seems to be making very poor decisions, going on this YouTube channel. It's called Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan. And I guess they're besties now, because he has had Hunter Biden on 3 times in the past 3 weeks. And Hunter going out saying outlandish things, dropping F-bombs over and over again, very angry, a lot of, I don't know, it seems like residual just animosity towards the Democrats for how they treated his dad, according to him. And so in one of these appearances last week, Hunter decided to make this crazy claim about Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the Trumps. Watch.
Of anyone in power right now, or anyone that held power, to the degree that Donald Trump is holding power now, his connections to Jeffrey Epstein are beyond a doubt that he and Epstein were very close friends for a very long period of time. They spent an enormous time together. They spent an enormous time together around young women, as in his own words. They knew each other well. They spent an enormous time together. According to his biographer, is that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Melania. That's how Melania and the First Lady and the President met.
Really?
Yeah.
Epstein made the intro.
Yeah, according to Michael Wolff.
Uh-oh. Well, Melania Trump's lawyer was like, nope, not happening. You're not going to be able to do this anymore. They sent an email threatening legal action against Hunter Biden. Dear Mr. Biden, this law firm serves as litigation counsel for the First Lady of the United States, Miss Melania Trump. This correspondence serves as a demand that you immediately retract the false, defamatory, disparaging, and inflammatory statements made about Mrs. Trump. Failure to comply will leave Mrs. Trump with no choice but to pursue any and all legal rights and remedies available to her to recover the overwhelming financial and reputational harm that you have caused her to suffer. And he says that if you don't comply, you will be sued for over $1 billion in damages. You are on notice. $1 billion, that's a lot of money. Listen, last I checked, in Hunter Biden's baby mama drama, he was asked to pay child support in Arkansas to the stripper who has his kid that he doesn't actually acknowledge. And he said, I can't pay. I'm broke. I'm broke. Now, he could afford to go to South Africa for many months, live a life of luxury, and he wasn't broke for that. Broke for his own child, broke for his own daughter. I'm just not sure that the $1 billion is something Hunter Biden can afford right now. I think the Burisma gravy train has run out. I mean, Joe Biden is retired. He is not able to be put on any of these energy boards or be in charge of any of these, pet projects, because his daddy was vice president of the United States. And so maybe Hunter Biden might want to rethink the defamatory statements that he's making. But instead, you would think if Hunter Biden was a good person, okay, and he got this note and he went back and he did a little bit of due diligence and he said, wow, that's on me. I shouldn't have repeated something that clearly is false. It's defamatory. It matters a lot to this woman who I've just accidentally lied about, if in fact it was an accident. Okay. And I owe her an apology, right? Because all that they were saying was you need to retract it. So you need to apologize and you need to remove the video, or at least Andrew Callahan needs to remove the video. And Hunter was like, no. And in fact, He didn't just say no. This is what he had to say about the lawsuit.
But now here we are, and I've got $1 billion document in my hands because Mrs. Trump is seeking $1 billion in damages if we don't take the video down, and if Hunter here doesn't issue a formal apology to Mrs. Trump. So now we're here maybe to give you the platform to apologize to the First Lady for your statements that you made about her possible connection to Jeffrey Epstein.
That's not going to happen.
Guys, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I just want this to serve as a reminder that the Bidens are just really bad people. Like I understand that Joe Biden is senile now and the poor guy keeps tripping and falling and, they said he had cancer and all of a sudden we don't hear about that anymore. So like, that's kind of crazy does he still have cancer? I don't know. We haven't heard much about it, but they are really, really bad people, starting with Joe Biden, but not ending with Joe Biden because Hunter Biden is a terrible person. I wish I had thought to bring the Biden report that I have sitting in my dressing room right now on one of my shelves. It's okay, Stephen, don't worry about it. You guys saw it, the Marco Polo report. It's this thick. And if I scan through it, it has a table of contents and it shows what category of crimes Hunter Biden committed. These are sexual crimes. These are cyber crimes. These are financial crimes. These are gun crimes. These are drug crimes. It's all categorized, all of the different crimes that Hunter Biden committed. And it just really tells you what kind of a person he is, that he sees that he has shared false information about someone. I mean, a good person would say, of course I apologize for that. I didn't mean any ill intent. I guess I had wrong information. I'm sorry. What person has not had to do that? I'm really sorry. I shared false. I didn't realize it was false. I guess it was. And I didn't mean to actually say anything that was defamatory about you. I really apologize if that was the case. I will make sure to correct that. But that's not what Hunter Biden does. Instead, he comes in and says that. Okay. This is the Joe Biden family. This is the legacy that Joe Biden is leaving. A crackhead son who has yet to acknowledge one of his children. He got sexually intertwined with his dead brother's wife. Who knows what's going to happen with Ashley Biden going for divorce? I mean, she's going to get divorced and we don't even know if Hunter's going to be on the prowl for that too. Who knows if actual flesh and blood is too far for Hunter Biden? We don't know. But these are really bad people. And it's a really good thing that Joe Biden is not just in charge anymore, but just even in the orbit, even in the realm where he is able to allow these scumbags to financially benefit from him. I can't imagine an upstanding person, an actual moral person being like, no, I'm not going to apologize. And I just hope that he gets whatever is coming to him. I really do. Because if the Trumps have proven one thing in the last, I don't know, year, it is that they are done taking things lying down. They are done allowing the left to lie about them without repercussions. It's why President Trump sued CBS News and won. It's why you saw Melania, I'm telling you guys, Melania Trump showing up on Inauguration Day looking like a gangster was not unintentional. It was not a coincidence. She was sending a message to everyone that she's done with their shit. They tried to kill her husband. They tried to throw him in prison. 91 indictments, 34 felony counts, 2 assassination attempts. Melania Trump is done with y'all's shit. She's not going to take it anymore. Hindsight is 2020. She sees what these people tried to do to her husband and to her, and she is just like, no, I will just sue you into oblivion. And I'm telling you guys, as conservatives, this is the way. We cannot continue to let these people just spew their lies with no repercussions. This is the way. If they need to be sued into oblivion, sue them into oblivion. They will still be scumbags. They will still be evil, but they'll be too scared to lie. And you know what? For that, we could be thankful. I want to remind you guys, if you are not yet subscribed to Sara Gonzales Unfiltered, make sure that you do so. And even if you think that you are subscribed, just check, because YouTube's doing some weird stuff. Every single day I get messages like, I'm not getting notifications. It turns out I was unsubscribed. I certainly didn't unsubscribe myself. So what's going on? And, I can't speak to that, but I do have my suspicions. So make sure that you hit the like button and comment. It'll help us out in the algorithm, which we all know is stacked against us. And make sure that you go to AmericanBeautyBySarah.com. That is my makeup line. You will never see a trans advertising our makeup, because our makeup is for women, by women, and to celebrate women and women only, because we all know that men should not wear makeup. All right. I want to thank our sponsor this segment, Birch Gold. So Birch Gold is obviously, gold and silver historically has been a great hedge against any sort of unstable times, against, some global crisis or anything like that. But the good news is inflation's going down. We have Donald Trump back in charge. Joe Biden can no longer toy with all of our retirements and our 401ks. But gold and silver is still a really good thing to diversify in, because it is so stable. So if you get it, you hang on to it, and you will know throughout the times, Trump isn't going to be president forever. Throughout the times, you're just riding the wave, and you can feel comfortable about it because of the stability of gold and silver. So what I'm telling you guys to do, especially with the Federal Reserve and all of the craziness that's happening with that, what I'm telling you guys to do, consider diversifying with gold through Birch Gold Group. And what they can do, if you've got an IRA or a 401k just lying around collecting dust, they can actually help you convert that into an IRA or 401k into physical gold. And it's not going to cost you a penny out of pocket, which is crazy, because the government tries every single chance that they can get to penalize you for just moving your own money. They're like, oh, you want to change it into this? That'll be a penalty tax. Oh, you want to change it into this? That's going to be another penalty. I mean, they try to penalize you for everything, but you can do this without any sort of penalty, and it's not going to cost you anything to convert it. Let Birch Gold explain how they can do that. Text my name, Sarah, to the number 989898. There's no obligation. It's just a free information kit on gold. I do business with Birch Gold. They've made it very easy for my family. They are the experts. I am not. So hear it from them. Text my name, Sarah, Sara, to 989898. Welcome to the show. We've got Matthew Marsden, Blaze TV contributor and actor and producer extraordinaire, along with Steve Baker, Blaze Media's own investigative reporter. That's so cool. I wish my title was that cool. Investigative reporter.
Every time you do it, I'm like, are you gonna Can you say it?
What?
Because you always got investigative report.
Investigative.
There you go.
I like investigative better.
I know it, and you stuck to that every time.
Investigative reporter. That just sounds
lame.
Look, everything you say gets to sound fancy. Can I have one thing that I can sound fancy on?
You sound very, very smart, Sarah.
I mean, my gosh, I'm trying to sound fancy. Not all of us can say banana, okay?
I just did.
Well, it was fake.
A fake banana?
It was fake. It was fake. By the way, you can find him at Matthew D. Marsden. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. And you can find him at theblaze.com. But also, he's a great follow on X. So make sure, what is it, Steve Baker USA?
That's it.
You changed it recently.
I did. Well, it was after I came to the Blaze, I gave up my previous, life persona and took on. I actually started appearing as myself.
And now it was like a cocoon. Cocoon, and now you're a full butterfly, aren't you, Steve?
That's right.
Now I'm just really
That's how I always think of myself.
Really self-conscious about the way I say things now. FBI Director Kash Patel and the FBI have revealed a bombshell timeline exposing how the FBI and DOJ hamstrung the investigation.
We haven't even been drinking yet. Come on.
No, I've got energy drink running through my veins. I almost said the name of it. Not until that sponsorship, baby. How they hamstrung the investigation into the Clinton Foundation and allowed all of these, you listen, we've talked about how, first we talked about Barack Obama, like being the spearhead of, hey, maybe we could just start these Russian collusion rumors. I mean, yeah, the intelligence community said that it's not true, but we should just do it anyway. We already had that going. But there's also now the latest is that during the 2016 election, FBI agents investigated whether or not Hillary Clinton engaged in a pay-to-play corruption scheme involving, of course, the Clinton Foundation, which all of us were like, that's a terribly corrupt foundation. Please investigate it. And these FBI agents faced obstruction from the Obama Justice Department. In March 2016, then Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates ordered without explanation, shut it down, was what she said. And then in August of that same year, 2016, federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York and Eastern District of New York said that they would not support the investigation into the Clinton Foundation. So, yes, it's just really frustrating because now we hear this. Okay, so we know now during the Obama administration, obviously they were not only making things up, but they were also covering for Hillary Clinton in multiple different ways. In the Trump administration, they were blocking whistleblowers from coming forward and sharing certain information that was damning to Adam Schiff trying to leak information. I mean, it's just the list goes on. And I got to tell you guys, with every single new little piece of information that we have, the longer we go with no arrest, with no accountability, with no nothing, with just like, oh, but look, another piece of the puzzle where we know that all of the crazy things that we said were happening, all of the crimes that we said the Clinton Foundation was committing, everything that we said that we got called crazy conspiracy crackpot, far right-wing nut job, all of the things that we were saying this entire time were happening. And now we have the smoking gun and nothing.
I have a few axioms that I live by in life, and one of them is until the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, etc. start talking about it, then it never happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why they get by with this. And it doesn't matter who's in the lead of the administration. It doesn't matter how many members of Congress we have a lead in the House or in the Senate until they get on board. And it's going to, and you mentioned the smoking gun. It's going to take more than a smoking gun. It's going to take a smoking gun held by a 5-year-old, getting it in the whatever from, one of these bad characters and have it on video, or they're not going to come over and they're not going to start talking about it. And I don't want to be Debbie Downer on this, but as you said, until there's arrest, it's not real. And I'm sorry, but this is just, look, it's all good. I'm excited for everything that's coming out. I'm happy for what John Solomon has presented. I'm happy about what Congressman Ron Johnson has been leaking. I'm happy about what Tulsi Gabbard has been putting out, what Kash Patel has been putting out. But is it going to result in what we want to see?
Right.
I say no.
I don't think so either.
I hope I'm wrong.
I do too.
I want to be wrong.
So it's funny that you say that, Steve, because, and I want to get your thoughts too, Matt, but I was just on with Sean Spicer earlier this evening, and I said the same thing. Steve Cortez said, I think that there will be arrests. I think that these people like Clapper and Brennan will be perp walked. He said, I'm just more optimistic. And I said, I hope you are right, Stephen. I'm wrong. I truly do. I can't think of a time right now where I have hoped more that I was wrong. Like, I want to be wrong here, but I just don't feel it in my bones that this is something that is likely to happen. And it just really pains me.
Well, I actually do think it's going to happen.
Great.
And I'll tell you why. I don't think it's through any kind of benevolence. I don't think it's because all of a sudden people have gone, we have to do this for the benefit of the country. Because we've said over and over about how selfish our politicians are. Let me tell you something. If they don't put them away, if the Democrats get in again, they're all going to jail. As in, all of our lot are going to jail. Because what you're seeing is our politicians or our side uncovering all this. It's out there. The left is vengeful, and they're ruthless. They're vengeful and ruthless, and they don't care if you've committed a crime. They're going to accuse you of it anyway. So how do you think they're going to behave when Tulsi Gabbard exposes all this? How are they going to behave when Kash Patel exposes this? They're going to come after those guys when they've left office. So I think just on a self-preservation level for the guys that are doing this right now, spearheaded by President Trump, because guess what? They tried to kill him. He's the ultimate example, right? So I think now what they're going to start doing, I said to you the other day, I believe, and this is only my little conspiracy, is that Trump is taking over the police in DC because it's coming. That's what I think. I think that he's consolidating things. This isn't going to happen all over the country. It's going to happen in DC. That's I'm hopeful. Whether it will happen sporadically, I don't know. I do want to make one more point. COVID, although it was horrendous, it did something miraculous, actually. Everyone's like, the Wuhan Institute of Virology in Wuhan, and all of a sudden there is a virus from Wuhan, and they're going, no, it's not. It's a bat and a pangolin. And everyone's like, you're a liar. You're just blatantly lying. And what that did, Steve, was that unlocked something in the general public. And they were like, you're all full of shit. So you can, I mean, even Democrats right now, they're like, well, I don't really believe our own people anymore. Like they might be ideologues, but there's nobody on the right now that believes the thing that is coming out of the left. They don't care. Gavin Newsom can flap his gums all he wants. Beto O'Rourke can flap his gums all he wants. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you call him a racist anymore. Nobody cares if you call him a fascist anymore. Nobody cares. So we're moving into uncharted territory here where you've got a public that is done with the lies. You've got people that are exposing stuff with the president who they went after, they use lawfare against. If they're going to go after the number one guy and you're the director of the FBI, you think they're not going to come after you? They have to do it. Now, I do believe they're putting a plan together if they can get through all the shit and all the backstabbing and all the corruption that's in there, that they'll bring people to justice. I really do. If not, well, we know that we're going to have a 4-year reprieve at least of the most powerful corrupt nation on the planet, which is who we are. I mean, how is it that we haven't been attacked for what we did in Nord Stream? I mean, these are really serious things. It's not just like, it's not just what is happening to the American people. Don't forget, if you're Putin over there, you're like, oh, hang on a minute, you're saying that I blew with it. I didn't do that. You know, what is going on? The geopolitical implications of the lies that they're telling are massive, and how we haven't had war, I don't know. Because if it was on the other foot and we're sitting there watching everybody else say things about us, you can be sure that somebody would say something about that, or at least do some action. Anyway, that's my little rant.
The thing that I'm the most concerned about, I think, is that I think that there were a lot of people who they were driven to vote for President Trump in large part due to knowing, I mean, the American people are fatigued by all of this. We see that all of these corrupt criminals are at the highest levels in Washington, D.C., and nothing happens to them. And I think that they genuinely thought when they were, and I'm not saying that they were wrong. I'm just saying I think that especially the younger generation of men were like, this is screwed up. We're going to vote for this guy because who better to clean it all up than the guy who had it happen to him, who had all of the lawfare, who had all of the, the assassination attempts, who can see now who these people really are. He says he's going to clean it all up. We need him to clean it all up. And so I just think I do worry about the direction of the party if this is not cleaned up, because you do have a lot of people who I worry will be too, mad that nothing happened to go back out and vote again the next time that they're supposed to go vote for Republicans.
If this doesn't happen, GOP's over.
I think
it doesn't
so
matter.
Too.
No. And you hear what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm saying if it doesn't happen, just start praying for the sweet meteor of death. Because that's what we need at that point. Because it's not, because your homeland is going to fall.
It's over for the UK. It's gone.
And we're not that many steps behind. But the thing that I still wish for the mutually assured destruction of the Epstein files, taking out both sides and cleaning house, because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
I'm you've already heard me talk about that.
Right.
I think that I say this as an analyst in the most positive way I can say. I still believe that President Trump is lying about the Epstein files to save the country. He's made a calculated decision so that it's not anarchy in the streets, to save the country by saying this is all a Democrat hoax. Mm-hmm. But I don't believe that that's the case.
Do you? And you said before you don't fault him for lying about that.
I said before that I understand it in the same way that I understand the pressure that a president must bear when he sends over our bombers to take out nuclear facilities in Iran. That, am I starting World War III tonight?
Right.
Can you imagine?
No.
That? And I think I think the decision he made about the Epstein files is on the exact same level, because, first of all, I have been told through our sources that the FBI does not have those files, that was absolute complete bullshit when Patel said just on the other side of this wall,
You're
told
kidding.
Glenn that it's a little black book, it's in Christopher Wray's desk, blah, 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 blah. And no, these files are held by another agency, the agency. These files are held by them, and that's where they are. And right now, if you've got the cover of the CIA, you've got all the cover you need. And they are 80+% anti-Trump, anti-America first.
Yeah.
They are doing everything in their power to be obstructionists towards all of the initiatives in the America First agenda. And they have control of it. And as a result of that, they can use it as a weapon if they so choose. Mm-hmm. And they would have used it as a weapon if Trump was in the file himself. Yeah. Trump is not lying about the file to cover his own ass. Yeah. He's lying about the file to save the country.
Yeah, well, and I mean, that for sure is clear, because it's like they investigated his whole life, and all they were able to muster was like some batshit crazy woman claiming that he sexually assaulted her at Bergdorf. And by the way, her cat's name is, what is it?
Or her cat was named Vagina.
I believe the cat was named Vagina, the dog was named Tits. I forget which one was named which, but one animal was named one animal was named the other. So that's your person that you're choosing to save. Just trust her, okay? And then on top of that, it's like, oh, he falsified a business document in New York one time because he accidentally miscategorized something. Like, if they had him, we had 4 years of Joe Biden and all of his deep staters, we definitely would have found out that Donald Trump was on the Epstein list. Like, immediately would have found out that he was on the Epstein list. So I can't possibly believe for a second that would be the case. But to Steve's point, and then I know we got to go to break here, but to Steve's point, we would just hear that. From now until the end of forever, Donald Trump only did this because he was in the files. Donald Trump only hid it because he was in the files. And then even if he released something, they would say Donald Trump redacted his own name first before he released it. I mean, they're never going to be satisfied with the answer.
But let's be honest. MAGA would also say that if his name was in the files doing bad things, that it was added. Yes, and look,
there's no winning at this point.
Yeah, with AI and with Photoshop and with all the things that the tools have, we really don't know anymore.
Right. Can I just say this, Sarah? I do think, though, you said that people are fed up, and I agree. I also think people have seen Doge come out the gates at 100 miles an hour and be stopped by judges and be stopped by activists and be stopped and be stopped to be stopped. And everyone's seen this, like, real time. So before we were like, in 2016, we're like, they're hamstringing Trump. Like he's trying to get stuff done, but it was very nebulous. Like you didn't really see it in Now we know because they're just coming out. They can't keep a grip on it like they did because they've been purging people. And that was one of the things that Doge was doing, right? It's like, get rid of USAID, do this and that. And then even then you've got a judge saying, no, you can't do this. So everyone's way more switched on. That's what I was saying about COVID. Like those conspiracy theories, like you can come out with something now and people are going to be like, I'm not going to put it past it being the truth anymore. Right. So I think that the things are different. And I will say this as well. A lot of people are paying attention to what's going on in the UK. Americans do not want what is going on in the UK to ever happen in America. There's also an element that we can't predict, which is terrorist attacks, incidences happening in the homeland. They are going to happen at some point. It just depends on the timeline and the scale. That will rewrite everything.
Yeah.
When that happens, who knows what's going to happen there? And then it is going to be buckle up. But I do think that the Trump administration is trying to get all this done because, again, not even just for the people that are working in the administration. They're going to go after Don Jr. They're going to go after his family. It's not going to end here. This is going to be generational.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
Yeah.
So when it's personal and Sarah, if someone's coming after you, we can kind of like deal with it ourselves. Mm-hmm. If they go after your kids, oh no. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you are not doing that. Mm-hmm. And I will do everything I can to stop you. Right. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me that guy isn't thinking that right now after they tried to kill him? There's no way he's going to leave any stone unturned in getting rid of these people. You heard it here.
I hope you're right.
I hope you're right, too.
I hope you're right.
I would never be so happy to be wrong. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break. And then we'll get to... You may have seen Subway sandwich trending, and you may have thought, like, why is Subway sandwich trending? Those sandwiches suck. Well, we're about to show you after the break, but we want to thank our sponsor of this segment, Fatty 15. So, no, I'm not. I'm not calling you fat. I'm not calling you a
Why'd you look at me then?
I didn't.
You do it all the time.
I didn't mean to. My eyes just naturally shifted to the...
I'm a fragile flower.
So Fatty 15 is actually, this is C15 from Fatty 15, and it's the first emerging essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years. This is a scientific breakthrough to support long-term health and wellness and also healthy aging, which everyone wants to do. So what Fatty 15, look, it's not, we're just turning it into a compliment.
But you used to be able to eat Subway sandwiches. Jared's told us he lost,
That's true.
400 pounds.
That's true. Nope, not the case. Not the case at all. But what you can do is you can take Fatty 15, and what it's going to do is repair age-related damage to cells, protect them from future breakdown, and activate pathways in the body that help regulate our sleep, our cognitive health, natural repair mechanisms that support our overall health. So I'm telling you guys, check it out. They're on a mission to optimize your C15 levels and help support your long-term health and wellness as you age. You can get an additional 15% off by doing a 90-day subscription over at their website, fatty15.com/Sarah. Use code Sarah at checkout. That is fatty15.com/Sarah, promo code Sarah. As leftists continue to melt down over President Trump cleaning up crime in our nation's capital, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had a press conference revealing the crime in D.C. just one night after President Trump's crackdown on the city and how much they were able to do just overnight. Watch.
I have some updated statistics for you. Overnight, there were 45 criminal arrests made for assault, second and first degree. There were arrests made for the distribution of illegal drugs and narcotics that have now been removed off of the streets. There were 3 illegal firearms that were seized. And in addition to that, there were 29 illegal aliens who were removed off of Washington, D.C. streets last night, many of whom had final orders of removal. So these results are happening night night after night because of the efforts of this federal task force that are working alongside the Metropolitan Police Department, who agree with this effort. In fact, the Metropolitan Police Department union stated that President Trump is right to do this, that crime has been totally out of control in the city.
Well, it's unfortunately these agents who are going out and they're just doing what they're instructed to do, which is clean the streets, which is, again, no, I hate to say doing what they're instructed to do as if that's always an excuse. They're just literally they're trying to implement the actual law. It's not like these men are going out there during COVID and being instructed to arrest, moms taking their kids to a park. They are getting rid of illegals. They are, of course, arresting violent criminals, carjackers. I mean, really bad people, and doing what, our laws say that you're supposed to do. And yet there was also a man who, I don't think we have the video of this, but he was taunting these officers. He was calling them fascists. He was just so upset that these officers had come in to clean up crime on the streets of DC. And he was holding a Subway sandwich for some time, which the only commendable thing I think about this guy is that I thought maybe he wouldn't, he didn't eat the sandwich. He bought a Subway sandwich. He held on to it. He held it. He held it. He held it. And then he did this. You see him with it in his hand, and he just throws that sandwich and then runs. And then runs for it just like a true leftist sissy. I'm going to throw my ham sandwich at you, and then I'm going to run and hope that you guys don't get me. Well, that ended up being a DOJ employee who did that, which...
Oh, no. Really?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Sean Charles Dunn, 37 years old, was a DOJ employee. Keyword was.
Yeah, but that's to the point that we were saying earlier on.
Exactly right.
Right?
Exactly right.
Well, first of all, I'm certain it was a vegan sandwich, not a ham sandwich.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Look at that. Look at that guy.
And they did charge him with felony assault, which is, is it really? Look.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes.
Sarah's like, no, it's
Yes, it was
clearly
attempted
attempted
murder.
murder.
It was attempted
I
murder.
knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
Because it was a foot long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those things can hurt.
But the man on the street interviews.
Listen, you slap someone in the face with a foot long, it could hurt. Go ahead, Steve.
So the man on the street interviews. I'll take the
Steve's the dad right now. All right, kids, settle down.
Oh my gosh, no. Sorry.
So the man on the street interviews are not going well for the the people that are angry about this initiative from the president. So they're going out and they're interviewing people on the street, and they're going, no, I'm kind of for this.
Yeah.
And when you go out on the street in a town that's 95% registered Democrats, and they're going, yeah, I'm okay with this. That gives you a little bit of an insight. Now, our people that we have, even, that work up there in Blaze Media and other conservative journalists, they're like going, yeah, I mean, I've had to move out of my own neighborhood because it keeps getting worse and it keeps encroaching. And it's all the way up to this, to where we're seeing these scenes. By the way, these scenes that we're looking at, this is 2 blocks from the Capitol.
Right.
This is not the burbs or those kinds of neighborhoods. It's not the ghetto at all.
Yeah.
This is right there in town. This is where people are being shot. They're where they're being attacked. And so they are very much supportive of this. Most of the people are. And if you're watching, your local neighborhood social media channel, whichever one you choose, you'll see that the people that are opposing this are coming in from where? Out of town. Mm-hmm. Driving in from all over the country to oppose this. Well, who's paying for that?
Right. Well, and so this guy, again, he was calling these CBP agents fascists. He said, why are you here? I don't want you in my city. And then That's when he threw
So
it.
imagine though, these people are, it's not like they're ideologically aligned, right? These are work colleagues, technically, right? Because you got the CBP going out and doing their job. You got the DOJ that's meant to be prosecuting, right? And you wonder why there's a lack of, what's the word, camaraderie within these units, because the guys are out there doing the business. They're taking the people in. This is what's happening in the UK as well. And they're not getting prosecuted. The people they're getting are getting let out.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this, like I said to my point before, they're being undermined every step of the way. So it's also a colossal waste of money, because if you're putting CBP agents, ICE agents, FBI, whatever, HSI out there, and they're getting these criminals and they're just letting them out, it's a colossal waste of money and waste of time for the American taxpayer. And we don't really talk about that enough. But you know what else is interesting? I'm seeing a trend. If you look on social media, people come out and they go, I don't know what you're talking about. Washington, D.C. is great. There's no crime here. They do the same thing about London. It's always the lefties. They go, I don't know what you're talking about. I took my kids for a walk today. There's not a problem. And then you see like a naked dude on the subway and you're like,
Yeah.
hang on a minute. And it's the same thing with DC. It's really bad. It's like, you don't want to walk too far
Yeah.
by yourself, certainly in DC.
You go there all the time, Steve. I was there not that long ago, and I said this a couple days ago. I was walking with my friend who lives there. Well, sorry. Everyone who works in D.C. lives outside of D.C. They live in like Virginia or, just right outside. But my hotel was a couple blocks from the White House. So to your point, it's got a bunch of restaurants and places to go, places to eat. I mean, it's not the ghetto. And yet still there was this crazy homeless guy that was coming up and yelling in everybody's faces, and they had to, a police officer had to come and intervene, and ended up I guess he arrested him. I don't know. But I mean, I was like, this is crazy, because you don't expect to see it that close to the White House in an area that it's well lit. It was nice. It's like hopping. There's people everywhere, and you just don't expect to see it, and yet you still saw it. And the Democrats that say, oh, what are you talking about? It's so nice around here, are the same ones, I'm sure, who are giving these interviews to these publications and saying, and it's like, so-and-so said, I've only seen a couple of different gangbang activities near me, said a person who wants to remain anonymous for their own safety. And it's like, wait, why do you need to remain anonymous for your own safety if it's so safe there? What do you have to worry about? So it's always so funny to watch them go through the mental gymnastics that they have to.
You want an exclusive?
Sure, yeah.
I got a statement. I haven't been able to print it yet from the chairman of the United States Capitol Police Union. I can't pronounce his last Greek name, but his first name is Gus, and we call him Papa after that. He says he supports our Metropolitan Police Department counterparts and the crime reduction measures ordered by President Trump. As a nation, we need to restore the law enforcement profession and bring back the support and respect cops deserve. Law and order should always be a priority in our communities. Got it here first.
Love it.
Yep.
I love it. A Sara Gonzales exclusive. That's why we
There you go.
have Steve Baker on. He's just dropping exclusives everywhere. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then we will be back with more. You know what? Maybe we'll talk about little Gavin Newsom, Beto O'Rourke. Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry,
Someone can we have a trash bin, please?
PTSD.
That's about to puke. Want to thank our sponsor, CBDistillery. So listen, if you're living with stress, which we all are, me in particular, you're tired, maybe you're dealing with some kind of pain and you need some pain relief. The thing that I'm telling you to do is go check out my friends over at CBDistillery, because they've got something for everything. And this is CBD. And I realize CBD is a scary word to some people because they don't know much about it. And they think that I don't want to get high. That's not what this is at all. And so if you need to sleep better, you want to feel more relaxed, you want to ease everyday pain, they've got something for you. This is made with premium quality natural ingredients, 100% clean, and they've even got stuff for pets, CBD for pets. So go check it out. I love their Soothing Relief Balm. I love all their products, honestly, because I use them all and they really work. Check out CBD from CBDistillery. You can go to CBDistillery.com and use promo code Sarah to get 25% off of your entire purchase. That is CBDistillery.com, promo code Sarah. So let's talk about Gavin Newsom, who Matt mentioned earlier. Sorry to make you puke again. He's fighting with Texas, and he's like, well, if you don't stop that, we're going to redistrict our own map. So take that, Texas. Well, it turns out that not even Californians agree with him on redistricting, according to a new poll. So he's got that going for him. Only 39% of Democrats support returning redistricting authority to the legislature, which they would have to do in California. 36% support returning redistricting authority to lawmakers. 34% of Republicans support it. And Gavin Newsom he's continuing to carry on with it. And do you know who else is carrying on with it? Our very own Beto O'Rourke here in the state of Texas, much like herpes, never truly goes away. And I just want to ask you guys, as we are having this conversation, I saw a video of Beto, who he's enjoying all of the attention that he's getting, and he's going out on podcasts and he's cursing a lot because he's like, this makes me look cool. Which I curse too, but when Beto does it, you see it's like a kid on Christmas.
He's fake.
It's so much joy out of it. It's so fake and contrived. And Stephen, can you? Yeah.
Gay.
Why is he sitting like that?
How is he sitting like
He
that?
can't sit any other way.
That's serious. Why? How is he sitting like that?
You answered your own question, Sarah.
I did answer my own question. I am just saying I'm not going to let a gay, gangly white dude tell me how we're going to redistrict our map in Texas.
But the most important part of this story, whether it's Beto O'Rourke or whether it's Gavin Newsom, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're literally saying with their outside voices, Texas, you're destroying democracy. So we're going to destroy democracy much worse to save democracy. That's what.
But here's the thing. The funny thing is like, how are you going to redistrict California to make it like more blue?
Right.
Like that is knock yourself out, dude.
Right. Well, it's the same thing with J.B. Pritzker in Illinois. It's like, you guys have already gerrymandered the hell out of that state. Yeah.
He's got that finger thing that goes
So
over.
much so that you have like Kristen Welker, whatever, from NBC News. You've got like multiple lefties who are calling you out on this. You know it's bad when you have your own calling you out on your own hypocrisy, guys. Like, but you're going to come at us? So it'll be interesting to see what happens to good old Gavin Newsom. Does he run for president?
Yeah, I really hope that it's not a Gavin Newsom, Beto O'Rourke double bill, because how on earth will we ever defeat them?
Oh, no. Wait. Oh, no. That would be really scary, especially if Jasmine Crockett got into the mix somehow. I would hate that. Don't do that, Democrats. Well, we'll never survive. Is that good?
Yeah.
The actor shakes his head.